Hey, good morning, everyone. It's John here on my trading desk. It's been a while. I haven't produced a video in a while, but just wanted to kind of get into another video here. Today is November 13th, 2025. So let's check it out. I go over geopolitical and socioeconomic events every day for myself and then on my trading desk and then look at markets accordingly. But on today's date, on the 13th, we have initial jobless claims, the CPI inflation, year over year inflation, core CPI. The New York Fed President John Williams will be making remarks. Monthly U.S. federal budget is coming in at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So, and then of course, the U.S. government opening back up again. So that's on inflation watch, and we'll take a look at it and seeing what's going on in the capital markets. So Yahoo Finance, let's take a look at it. A lot of the different things that are going on in the economy are extraordinary. Let's take a look. Look at bar chart first. Bar chart is reporting U.S. stocks open lower as Wall Street waits to see what new data will show about the economy. Disney streaming and parks shine. A lot of data going on with it. So having a little technical difficulty here. Let's take a look at, can't get Yahoo Finance to work. So let's close that browser. Take a look at this for a second. So on bar chart, all right, UK commits to ensuring COVID, can't talk about that. It's not PC. Frozen orange juice might not be worth a squeeze as the price falls. So, commodities, talking about Penn Entertainment is breaking up with ESPN. So stock futures are off this morning. S&P 500 mini is off. NASDAQ 100's off about 300 points. The Dow's off 100 points. S&P 500 VIX is at 19.7. The Dixie, the de-dollarization event, a lot going on with it. 10-year note, is at 112-265. Crude oil, 58.91 in a bear market. Nat gas at $4 spot 53. Gold trading well at close to $4,200 to the ounce. Silver bullion 52.78. So looking at the different commodities and the stock leaders. Tesla, a lot of news on Tesla with the compensation package for Elon. Nvidia is off. Some are saying the AI bubble has burst. Apple Computer active. Microsoft, Mr. Softy is there. Advanced Micro Devices has been doing well. It's off about 2.5%. Circle Internet is active. Google is awesome, very active shares. Meta Platforms. In fair disclosure, I own stock in most of these companies that I mentioned, and I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. Palantir's off about 2.5%, and SanDisk is active. So these are the stock shares that's kind of being discussed on the bar chart. You can check out the links below too, read my disclosures and all that. So, let's look at the futures market, the long-term trends. The futures that are the most oversold right now, is orange juice. Orange juice has a negative weighted alpha of negative 62, 63 on the weighted alpha. Butter is oversold. Rough rice, sugar, non-fat, dry milk, lumber, oats, I'm not a commodity advisor either too. Crude oil is oversold, negative alpha. Now the ones that the market that's the most the greatest weighted alpha, conversely, is silver bullion at plus 80.27 weighted alpha. Platinum, palladium, gold. So the entire metal complex is doing incredible. high-grade copper, the Nasdaq's up, So all these commodities in the nat gas is up. So that's what's being reported on bar charts. So I've been a seller of some silver bullion here recently, taking some nice profits, then trying to figure out where do I go with it. So let's take a look at Yahoo Finance, see if we can get it working again here. So, all right, Yahoo Finance invest, dive AI, crypto markets. Palantir CEO tells Yahoo Finance how the AI boom is reshaping his company. So a lot of news about artificial intelligence. Stocks are sliding as the shutdown fallout cloud overlooks. L. Allerian, AI's rational bubble could still end in tears. So talking about that. The latest from Sailor Slam short sellers. Elon Musk talking about $15 billion Series E round. So they're doing XAI raises, financing. Palantir, some AI bets may not deliver enough value for the cost. The longest shutdown in U.S. history is now over, so the government's opened up. I got my new hat too. I want to show this to you. Check this out. I got a new Bentley hat. It was given to me by Holloman Motors there in Fort Lauderdale. Special thanks out to them. Went to their boat show here recently in Fort Lauderdale. They want to try to sell me a Bentley. So very special shout out to Holloman Motors. Disney misses Q4 revenue. So these are the Nike upgraded, Dollar Tree downgraded, a lot of news obviously going on. We're talking about also to the 50-year mortgage that's been being discussed recently. Inflation rages, looking at Wolf Street. It's a website that I look at. Inflation rages in streaming services. Consumers, despite their ultra foul mood, are not pushing back with waves of cancellations. 50-year mortgage does nothing for affordability. It's a terrible deal for homeowners and a superb deal for banks and investors. So a payment on a 50-year mortgage of $500,000 would only be $91 lower than a 30-year mortgage, but homeowners would get crushed by nearly $1 million in interest. So talk about kicking the can down the road. Auto loans and leases, subprime and prime delinquencies. Loan balances remain flat. Entire Treasury yield curve for the 3-month, 30-year has risen since Fed rate cut. The HELOCs, housing debt to income ratio, serious delinquencies and foreclosures. I was seeing a story yesterday about what's going on, and we'll be covering this in the future about the huge layoffs and everything that are transpiring in Las Vegas, and the foreclosures and huge, thousands and thousands of people are being laid off. No one's traveling from Canada to Las Vegas anymore. So there's something going on behind the scenes with that whole story. I'll be covering that on Las Vegas. So, these are the news stories. Looking at CNN here for a second. So CNN has been reporting, interesting story here. The government is back open after the longest ever shutdown. It will take time to return to normal as flight delays linger and workers wait for back pay. So, air traffic controllers, apparently they're kind of pissed off. I don't blame them. So I look at the news from the left. Critical hearings start on Trump's hand-picked prosecutor, Lindsey Halligan. All right, we got things are pretty crappy in the U.S. 1 in 4 households are living paycheck to paycheck. Jesse Jackson is hospitalized. Got to pray for Jesse Jackson. So that's what's being reported there on the left. Now let's look at Fox News here real quick on the right. Kind of keep some balance here. So Fox News is reporting 6 Democrats who helped end record-breaking government shutdown reveal why. Party rebels speak. Scary discovery, flight grounded after passenger makes discovery on an airplane. Actress reveal uncomfortable truth about filming Hollywood scenes. So, hundreds of illegal aliens in Florida are rounded up. So, immigration is a big topic, So a lot of these topics, of course, aren't PC that we can't talk about. So that's what we have for today, taking let's look at some of my investments. Did real well this last year on quantum computing stocks and then also on the cryptocurrency. Let's give an update on what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's in a dippy dip mode. So Bitcoin's trading at 102,461. S&P 500 ETF is trading at 678. Blockchain ETF is selling off. I've been accumulating it. And so let's see here. I'm going to do a trade live here. It's off 5%, so I like that. It's been correcting. So we'll do a live trade here on BKCH. Again, not financial advice. Sometimes I do trades live. So it's off 5%. Was off almost 7%. So I'll chase that all the way down. Quantum computing, artificial intelligence, stocks. Here, let's look at quantum. QTUM, Defiance Quantum ETF. Amazing performance over the year. Then I think SoftBank, if I had read, sold their position in NVIDIA here recently, or some of their position. Rigetti Computer, Tower Semiconductors, Micron Technologies, Teradyne, Advanced Micro Devices, Coherent, IonQ, Intel, MongoDB, and D-Wave. So I own all these shares. And that ETF at one time on the 31st of October was up about 74% for the year. And then looking at BKCH, and then you can read my book too. I'll put a link down below. You can read my ebook on synthetic Bitcoin mining. So I invented a synthetic Bitcoin mining rig that runs on existing platforms. IRIN Limited, Riot Platforms. These are all the stocks that I'm purchasing the dip on today. So Cipher Mining, Applied Digital, Coinbase, TerraWolf, Hut 8, CleanSpark, Mara Holdings, and Bitfarms. So those are my biggest positions. So that's what we have today. The blockchain ETF. Now here's a question, everyone. Has the AI bubble burst? Is it hype, or is it up only and we're going to have hyperinflation? And looking at silver, the silver market, the de-dollarization event. So these are the big stories. Hyperinflation with a 50-year mortgage, streaming. Look at SLV, is up at one time this year, the ETF about 74%. And again, silver bullion has the greatest weighted alpha. So I bought the dip on silver over the years, as low as like $15. And then now I'm a seller of it as that weighted alpha. I sell into the strength. So I buy the dip when everyone else is selling, and then I sell it when everyone else is a buyer. So I tend to do things opposite. So precious metals complex, doing great. S&P 500's off. BKCH is off. Ethereum, if you look at the top cryptos, interesting. So we've seen Bitcoin, it was trading as high, its all-time high 3 months ago, was trading at, or for the year, was at 120, close to 125,000. And now everyone's complaining, it's at it's off 24,000 points. So my first entree into Bitcoin was, I started nibbling like on Ethereum at as low as like $48 per ETH. And the Bitcoin, I started purchasing ETH under $4,000, or not ETH, but Bitcoin rather. So that's what we have. Markets are amazing. Looking at the news, check out the links below. Don't forget to like the video and to share this with your friends. You know, again, special thanks. Got my new Bentley hat. Check this thing out. Man, nice Bentley. You know, you can see one of my short videos that I did. I went to the Flibs yacht show and everything, went for mega yachts. And so special thanks to Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. And then to Holloman, again here, look, Holloman Motors. They wanted to sell me a new Bentley. So I checked that out. So with that, everyone, have a super awesome, great day. And, you know, just remember, you people are awesome. It's John on his trading desk. Thanks. Have an awesome day.